day equinox, an Aries season. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe, grounded, and in your golden bubble. With everything going on around, I'm just still clearing decks. I felt guided to just jump on again and just kind of look at the spring equinox Aries season, which is coming in hot Thursday, Friday. And then we also have two major conjunctions over the weekend that are big, really big. So I thought today I'd jump on and, I say do a quick, we'll see how quick it lasts, but I'll do a little energy check-in and kind of forecast what we may expect during this spring equinox. Is rebirth, like all about courage and being adventurous, trying new things. And I feel like the situation that we're in collectively, in being in lockdown or quarantine or whatever, right? And really look at where we're stuck, where we have routines, rules, practices that are no longer working for us. It's a time to kind of dream and get creative and find your passions again, hobbies. And if there's something new that, like a project or a hobby or a new book or anything like that, beautiful opportunity to delve into that. More. It feels like this beautiful time to really look at where you can expand, where you can open new opportunities that are aligned to the heart, not the head, right? It's a really great opportunity within our home, and it's a 4-year. This is all about home. And really, what does it mean? And right, it's because right now that's kind of how our homes feel, at least here in the United States. Is it's just shut down. You're staying in, right? Social distancing, which I still crack up about because I'm like, nothing has changed in my life. And I think that is light worker starseeds in Ascension. Like, this to us is the absolute norm. And that's part of spiritual awakening, is social distancing, which still cracks me up. It is, though, a time to respond. It is a time to really look at our freedom. It's a time to look at that individually and collectively. It's a time to look at home. First and foremost is Gaia. Work with the natural order of things. Is it still lagging? The tech here has been super, super sketchy. It seems to be, from my end, way better than yesterday. So, but it is picking up with these. I believe it's that. But again, y'all know, like, I'm not the astrology. I will get that clear because I am going to do a reading on those two events and how we may be affected. We'll do a check-in probably on the weekend. So anyways, with this being the age of Aquarius is all about passion, creativity, expression through whatever creative form lights you up. Writing, music, drawing, painting, dancing. And we have been given, although kind of forcefully, right, an opportunity to bring those things back into our lives. When you can't go to work, how are you feeling? Like, feeling stuck, like there's nothing to do. My brain is like kind of, I'm seeing like homes and, this not knowing what to do with ourselves and this kind of thing and this kind of thing. And tension, right? It is really, really a time to reflect are stuck in an elevator. If you can't be stuck in an elevator with your person, like that's not your person, kind of thing, right? So and you know, even I think about kids being a parent. Holy fuck, stuck in an elevator with my kids, but it would still be okay, right? We would make the best out of it and make an adventure out of it. And I feel like that's a message from the divine for the collective right now is have fun with this. Don't buy into it. Say, okay, you want me to fucking rest? Then I'm going to rest and I'm going to play and I'm going to create and I'm going to do things that I've always said I don't have the time to do. Right? This is a beautiful time to start a meditation practice, yoga, again, journaling, adding something that's really about you into your routine. And by doing that over these next few weeks, however long this situation stays, it becomes a habit, right? So then you go back to some of your busy lives, but now you have relationships within your home, children, significant other, grandparents, aunts, uncles. You never know who all lives in homes together, right? But I just feel very guided, and I have all week to really try to illuminate and put some light into what feels like a very dark and heavy situation. And it's not that it isn't, but it has to be, right? So to bring some reassurance to that, this is all divinely guided. Hi, unique life. It's all divinely guided. It's all divinely planned. And I'm going to tell you, this coronavirus is just the beginning. This is like the first domino. And now over the next few years, we're just going to see this whole domino effect of really bringing the shit up the surface so that we can heal. This is unity consciousness, but we know from our individual journeys getting to a place of unity. And now is kind of this moment, I feel like, Aries season, for time to step into the light, our time to use our gifts to assist the collective through this process, to really bring unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, to bring that love and compassion and empathy, and not just the understanding, but the understanding, because we're going to see mass numbers of awakenings. And I don't know about you all, but that's a fucking challenge, isn't it? Now we can help others through it because we have that inner and that overstanding. And part of loving yourself is being able to hold yourself accountable, have those really hard fucking talks with yourself, and making the tough decisions sometimes to release things that no longer serve you. And it's not just about releasing relationships or other people. It's about belief systems. It's about routines. It's really about you looking at your life and what's working, what isn't. Where have you just started to just do that same tired shit over and over and over again, right? Make adjustments there. For me, it was the mornings are a great place to start. You're not getting up anxious and jumpy because you have to go to work right now, right? It's a whole different kind of morning for many of us, and kids are home. It's not rushy. So what could you shift there that really gets you in this much clearer space to start your day? Me, that's meditate. It's you. And that's what I love most about spirituality. Because there are no boxes and no labels. It is whatever is for you, what works for you, what lights you up. And it's the same thing about people. And I think there's a message too of making things fit. Like we just get in that kind of safe, settling place. It's really this time of going big, dreaming big, because whatever it seems, you can manifest that shit, y'all. Like awakened ones, I need a fucking word for that. Like the Ascension Collective, can I go there? Does that sound like, I don't know. But it is this time for us to really see the manifestations in the physical, and that again is how we teach the collective, is by our being and by our doing. And we have, many of us have been through the plagues of the past and the Great Depression and things like that. So there is that past life, that collective karma coming up, and you might be experiencing that. Again, lots of rest, hydration, doing things that feel good. Okay, getting outside. I am getting this spring, we could be seeing a lot of activity with Gaia, earthquakes, purging coming up. Again, I keep getting, during the while I was meditating and pre-shuffling, I keep getting this vision of this flower, this spring equinox, this spring, this Aries season. You know, these few months leading up to May are very much the blooming stuff opening up. And that's what I was seeing with Gaia. It's like the flowers bursting open. I can't see a tulip, you know? Anyways, and she's going to be doing the same thing. So just some things I'm channeling as heads up and things to be aware of are, she is going to be doing some more bursting open in her ascension process, which again, you know, ascension, and it's been kind of lonely, not a lot out there, right? Or finding the right people. And where was I going with that? Motherfucker. All right. Anyways, so decks are shuffled. We're going to ask Spirit to just bring forth energies, messages for our highest good in regards to Spring Equinox, which is also called Ostara, and Aries season, and what we might be incoming. You know, we'll just kind of forecast it. I'm not looking at anything, you guys, in terms of relationships, twin flames. You guys who then my loyal soul fam know there's certain days for that, and then there's certain days that's not. I want to focus on you. I want to focus on us, and you know, the sacred connections are important, but they're not all. And something I've learned on my own twin flame journey is it is a big part, but it's not the only part, and it's not the only thing we should focus on, or that shit fucks you up, right? Many of you know the same thing. So let's look. Let's get some overall energies for Spring Equinox. Move my notes out of the way. The Spirit. Overall energies is for our highest good in regards to Spring Equinox, Aries season energies. Whoa, y'all. I keep having an unstable connection, and I'm sorry. 3 came out, and I'm going to leave it at 3. I'm just going to let Spirit bring out whatever I was just talking about, and what I've been channeling and talking about for, you know, a week or so, and what you guys are picking up. Like, it is this getting very clear on what connections are equal giving and receiving, what are worth, which connections are worth our time and energy, which fill us up, which drain us, which bring. I love that on the bus. The other day I did a collective reading, and I just think for the week, and I was picking up something with collectively with money, which never happens. Taurus conjunction. The last time we had that was the stock market crash. So again, I feel like with what's going on, and we all know money is a big tie to everything, right? And to me, as a collective message, there's some kind of action that's going to be happening in terms of speaking about is ETs being here on Earth and that being revealed. It's pretty interesting what's coming through just with these energies. There's something with trusting your intuition too. It could be, you know, more manifesting abundance. It is, though, to me too, strongly as higher power, as light beings, as intuition, divine guidance. A little bit of a message in this month, in this Aries season. We could be seeing some kind of divine intervention that's making moves towards awakenings, towards shifts in lack perspective as a collective, and take that as it applies to you individually. Lack perspective doesn't have to necessarily be about money. Program of thinking we're separate, right? Of thinking things are outside of us and that something's missing. And thank you for joining. And again, I didn't even say it. Woo! Take it again. I'm not trying. I'm looking at this kind of collectively, and I would encourage you to, how does this apply to what's going on with me individually? What I'm seeing is movement, definitely in the first month. Could be finances for some of you. I feel for collective, there is something there, and really going inward again with this goddess of the moon, trusting your intuition, doing those new practices that allow you to really build that relationship first, because again, everything starts within. So it's about building the relationship within yourself and to yourself and with spirit. And that's from lack perspective to trusting our intuition, and kind of see how this goes. So as we do our healing work, we're making movements from this, a higher perspective, in trusting our intuition, knowing that we have all that we need. We are divinely guided and supported and loved at all times and protected. And also that it's the human vehicle, and there is Gaia, our home, and there is something spiritual. And one thing my team and I talk about all the time is, this is home. This is what you signed up to do. This is where you're meant to be. From a home too, with this financial kind of constraint, we could see movement again away from things that make us feel empty and hollow and shallow, into things that make us feel radiant and light and magical. Things for Spring Equinox, Aries season, spirit. Hi, size. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay. Now we jump in. All right. All right. Well, really similar is what they're really bringing back in. Pop-ups. Is this first? We get all the glitters. This is about things are not as they seem. And not just because something looks pretty on the outside doesn't mean it's us. Okay. This, and why I shifted some cards, is they were guiding, I'm guided to, this is what goes here. It's this shallowness, materialism, it's old programs, old belief systems, instant gratification, instead of putting in that work and to really build something stable in the future. It's too about being present. It's about getting out of fear programming that's going on. It's moving out of lack perspective. It's no matter what's going on outside and how it seems, like, is anything wrong? Okay. And I do this all the time with clients, friends, and myself, is when you feel that something's missing or you're feeling, like, what's wrong? Do you have food? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have running water? Do you have heat? Right. I do a little check of really what's wrong, and that's being present in this moment. It's being with spirit. And there's a big message of really being in the here and now, and not, again, buying into this kind of energy that might be all around you. It is, to me, too, of in this present moment, seeing through this, whether it's work, relationships, that kind of thing. And what's happening as we make these shifts and we're present in this moment and we make those choices that are for our highest good and aligned, we're making this movement forward to a new life, right? New life came next. It's the rebirth. And that's what spring's all about. That's what each new lives, some of them are going to be brought to light. We have ascended masters back. We have major players reincarnate. My soul is just tickled to be human for the first life ever, because I've worked for lifetimes to get here. And many of you have as well. Many of you, just like me, have some pretty fucking interesting and out there past lives that I will be probably talking more about. The bullshit, right? When the more we speak our truth, and individually, again, this is really a divinely guided moment in human history to really, what do you want to create? What does it look like? What does your dream life look like? Because they're what you like to tell yourself. And guess what came last? Milk and honey. Kind of an elephant family code. But they are very good luck as well. And so what I see is really, again, supporting this goddess of the moon, is these two energies, right? Or messages underneath of, I'm just hearing, like, creating a life of magic. And here we go, the action and the here and now. Right now in the present, what moves are you making that create this magical life, that create this milk and honey and this abundance? Where are you still in lack perspective, limiting beliefs? Where are acknowledged and addressed in order to make those movements towards this life that we all dream of? This, again, higher dimension life. A fucking rainbow girl, I'm telling you what. All right. I'll tell you. I got to tell you guys. It's a small group today. And yesterday I met for lunch with my person for the first time since before. Insane. And I have had this moment since yesterday, since last night, of like, it kind of felt a little fucked up, of like, it seems like everything, the whole world around outside of me is crashing and falling apart. And let's keep it real, it is. But then my life is coming together, and some of you might be feeling that way too. And that's that shift again of those of us who have already been through the shit and done the work and removed these limiting beliefs and continue to work on being present and grateful and creating a high vibrational life. The Ascension Highway peeps, right? This is that flip where this shit starts coming in. And I can feel it, and many of you are too. Oh, girl, I can't, like, your message was, of course, divine timing last night, but I didn't even know, like, I still am quite, like, taking it all in, processing it. When you have conversations and you just kind of, like, need some time to go back, replay them, listen, like, whoa, what the fuck? And when I would tell you, like, this is the conversation that I have been waiting for and not waiting. Guys, 3.5 years on this twin flame journey. So it's been kind of this surreal part of what's coming up with Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus is very two different energies, almost opposing kinds of energies. And I feel like they're guiding me a little bit back to this too again of really this is really about getting this shit clear, getting this shit to the surface. And those of you who do the work and know, it's amazing. It's really when you are doing your internal, really feel built up and like a fucking goddess, all of a sudden things are like, bam, bam, signs everywhere, things aligning underneath unfinished symphony. And this doesn't surprise me. Things are really wrapping up this week. And possibly into next week, but Aries season is going to feel really, really new. Really new. We'll just get some clarifiers. I've been drinking coffee too long, y'all, today. My daughter had a freak out last night, and I knew it was all fear-based. She had a pretty rough couple days with all this energy and what's going on, and she kind of lost her shit on mom, but you know, I didn't lose my shit, and she actually all told me to wake up. I was like, okay, I love you, was my response. And I told my person, I was like, she told me to wake up. And he was all, does she not know you the most woke woman in the state? Oh, I was dying. But watch that too with people around you, because many are not aware, hours away. And she was like, I'm leaving tonight. This was last night, right? And then she was all, I just kind of crashed on the bed waiting for her to show up. And then I wake up at 2:30 in the morning and no kid at all, no phone call, nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I text her and I get back, yeah, I haven't left yet, LOL. And I'm like, you little shit right now, like for fuck's sake, and she ended up showing up at 5 in the morning. And I'm like, so hence my coffee. I'm like, oh my God. Sometimes y'all who are parents, it's a challenge. It is a challenge. And it's interesting with her because she is one of those have been. It's that Virgo energy, like in crisis and chaos is when I just become very calm and centered. I don't let shit rile me, and more so than ever. So I think part of it was she didn't like my reaction to things. All right, let's get a little clarification with some of these. I really want to look into more of the. Hi, Kara. How are you today, honey? The financial constraints. Yeah, 8 of Air. Again, to me, it's not necessarily about money. It's what that message was coming through before I started pulling of where are you stuck? Where's the limiting beliefs? Where do you hold yourself back from having this? Is really what Spirit is asking us all to really look at and reflect on right now. Let's look at the action. And I definitely think and feel collectively this 8 of Air with the financial constraints to me is a lot of what's going on collectively is people really feeling stuck, stuck at home, stuck. And I was, again, getting that energy last night. And this morning I was just picking up this like tension in homes. And I feel like that's a little bit of it when we look at collective. Page of Air, interesting, all the air energy, because Saturn is moving into Aquarius, and that is, air sign. Could resonate specifically some things for you if you are an air sign, but Page of Air to me is more about this truthful communication, honest, open. Could be for some, it could be, again, communication happening in relationships, like a clearing of the air to me is what's coming. And again, it could very much be collectively of this, people really starting to open up, people sick of being stuck, people sick of being told you can't, you have to stay at home because me, I am an angelic anarchist, and I'm going to tell you right now that shit doesn't fly. Like, it should, that doesn't exist. Our government should not ever, ever be telling us that we cannot leave our homes. And these are a lot of the things that are going to be coming up through this communication that move us forward to this new life and new earth as a collective and individually. But it takes kind of this sometimes air energy of really just cutting to the chase, right? Goddess of the Moon. Tell us a little more about, ooh. Air, y'all, air. First, 4 swords on the bottom. I love that. This is healing. This is a timeout. This is where we're at the beginning of this season with Saturn moving into Aquarius and being an air sign and the sign of technology, communication. It's also the sign of star seeds to light for all of us. That shifts our way of thinking. For some, it could be a message of get out of your head, start going up, go high, like stop overthinking, feel it, trust spirit, trust what's going on, be present, right? Envision, and I said this for a few weeks I've been here, is I just kind of envision myself in this golden, sparkly golden bubble. And I'm telling you, like, I'm literally in this sparkly golden bubble from all this fucking craziness around us, right? But the 9 of Air is coming through with a few different messages, again, because it's collective. I am getting, in terms of the collective and where we're at, this is things coming to light. This is maybe some fears, some nightmares collectively, some of those fears and insecurities in the collective consciousness being brought to light, things being exposed. And again, take that for as it resonates with you. I will say, and I feel guided to say, that one thing I've realized being on this twin flame journey and now coming into union, so fucking weird to say, oh my God, so weird. Anyways, is there is a lot of this getting out of the head. Can you try a challenge? What do you mean? What do you mean by try a challenge? I'll wait till you. We'll see what it is. It is a lot of getting out of your head. Okay, explain more to me. It's like an exercise type of challenge, like physical exercise. Anyways, so it's a lot of getting out of your head. It's also a lot of not listening. Okay. And I talked about this before. I feel guided to talk about it, and I will continue, but there are a lot of readers out there. Spirituality, new age is becoming mainstream, and more, it's going to be more and more so as we go through these massive awakenings. And you must use your discernment, because try to lay on your belly. Try to lay on your belly on your elbows, but lay on the floor too. Interesting. I will try it out after the video, and I'll let you know how that goes on my next video. Thank you. I'm down. what else we got to do? I actually told a few friends the other day, they're like, we were thinking about yoga. I'm like, let's FaceTime. I'll run you through a yoga flow. Like, seriously, these are the things we need to do. And especially if you're you feel the need to reach out to someone, reach out. We have this amazing technology, and there's a reason technology is where it's at now. It is for this, for us to continue to communicate. Can you imagine if this was 40 years ago? And we're all over the world and these things are happening and we don't have a way to reach out and kind of all get on the same page and see that we're not alone in what we're experiencing. It's just a really beautiful way now for us to be global, for that unity, right? One love, because now we can communicate with each other en masse, and it's really amazing. Let's do the same thing with these messages. Kara, I'm definitely going to try it out. And I will, like I said, in the next video, I will let you know. Maybe I'll even get someone to take a picture of me trying it on IG. So if you don't follow me on IG, you should. I also post mini readings on there too. So let's look at all the glitters. Tell us a little more about this. There's definitely something with money going on, I feel like. And again, I said it a few days ago, and that was of anything with finances. And then I did doing cards the other day. And then I saw that on the Uranus Taurus conjunction last time was the stock market crash in terms of the 1% versus the masses. Right? Because look what's happening right now. This is also this time, it's just Spirit giving some more details to what is home, what is that strong, stable. This ton of Earth is strong, it's stable, it's masculine and feminine in balance. Look at where your life is not balanced because there's some kind of disconnect, limiting belief, or something like that, right? That is a time, again, to really get clear on what this 10 of Pentacles energy looks. Happy home, stable home. There's safety, security, abundance in all forms. It's very tangible, okay? Let's look at being present. Here and now. What guidance do you have? Clarification for the here and now. Woo! Oh my goodness. Whew. Whew. So you're the High Priestess. Again, what I'm hearing, not again, but what I'm hearing is trust that there are some things that still need to unfold. And this is collectively. Trust that this, again, is just this kind of first domino. Also, it's about that goddess of the moon, trusting your intuition, going into that inner knowing. At this present moment, this is the time to tap into your High Priestess energy, your spiritual energy. You're working on your spiritual growth and trust in self that's coming through. And then here's the star, Aquarius again. So we've got this Saturn in Aquarius is going to be very interesting, and I'm excited to do a read and see what Spirit comes through with in terms of how we may be affected or what we may see. To me, though, when we're talking about today, Spring Equinox, Aries season, there's wish fulfillment. There's wishes coming in this month for many of you. There's, for the collective, this is all about purification. Again, about technology. To me too, this golden sun in this deck is the age of Aquarius. It's the golden age. It's when those that have been seen as mysterious, mystics, outcasts, seeds, light workers, all of us, this is our time to shine. Here and now in the present, and we've got to trust our intuition. So if you're feeling guided again to start something new, you know, write a book, start a YouTube channel, whatever it is. Readings, you know, doing readings for people if you're feeling that kind of guidance. And it doesn't have to be healing work or spiritual work. But to me, with the Star card, that's very much what the message is what do we need most in the world right now? Is we need our spiritual leaders to step into the light, to make themselves be seen and know this is what is for the highest good of the people, whether they fucking realize it or not. But there's definitely wishes, especially with this new life too. It's this, again, this purification, this cleansing, this rebirth. Let's talk about new life. Sorry guys, with this here and now, and being in the present moment, this message of trusting that all is happening, and you might not be able to see it all or understand right now. This is about flowing and about being in a place of trust and being present that new is coming, that new is being created. Whoa. We're looking at new life. Ooh. Interesting. Get the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Fire. Again, to me, we have a lot of air. So I'm kind of getting that this is this spring equinox, these next few weeks, Aries season, is a time to really see where you self-betrayed, maybe self-sabotaged yourself, maybe allowed others, because the Seven of Swords energy to me is kind of twofold of being betrayed by people in the external, right? And our systems for sure, when we talk about this collectively. And with that, this Queen of Fire to me speaks very much of kind of this divine feminine, and look at what's lit up. It's the heart space. This is to me an energy of for the people, right? Where we've been betrayed. The past, right? Collective past has been nothing but betrayal and not any power to the people kind of thing coming through. But individually, to me, it's a little bit twofold too, of maybe some self-betrayal of where things you're really passionate about, things that light you up, that you really wanted to do in terms of creating projects, hobbies, passions, you might not have. Now might be a moment where you're seeing that you kind of laid all those to the side. Maybe it was for your family. I've definitely experienced that my second divorce, I kind of realized like I threw like my life, I didn't have a life. I wasn't even me. And I've talked about it a little bit on previous videos of it was very abusive. And, but you know, once he was gone and you have all this time, those of you who have been maybe through this experience of a breakup or a divorce, and you don't know what to do with yourself because you stopped reading or you forgot that you liked to crochet. I'm just making shit up. But, you know, or you got in being the wife and the mom and having the career that are to you as a person, that are part of you and your heart and your passion. You know, one thing for me lately with this one, actually, and I'll share it, is music for me. My whole life, I probably came out of the womb singing, and I quickly played instruments. And after high school, I sang with a rock band. After high school, I went to college to be a teacher, whatever, and that kind of consumed everything. I'd sing here and there with that band I just mentioned on the weekends and whatnot, but I really didn't, other than having music, engaging in creating music anymore. And so at some point after graduation, my husband got me a guitar, and I'm going to be real honest. That fucking sucked. I couldn't teach myself to play the guitar. I had no patience with myself. My fingers would hurt. And I'd be like, no. I kept that thing for like 20 years. Didn't do shit with it. Lugged it around. And I finally, after my awakening and having to move and downsize, gave it away. So the other day I was sitting here, and this was like 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3 at this point. But I was thinking about getting a ukulele. I was like, teach. And then I ended up doing this reading. I love how the divine works. And this beautiful young being is a musician, and we're chatting about music and how spirit like works through both of us with music. And I mentioned learning and wanting to bring a hobby back into my life, and why I'm bringing this up. And funny how the universe aligns things. She's like, well, I was just about to I will have a ukulele next week, hopefully. And during this grounding period, that's going to be something I'm going to bring back. And I know, because I know how this works, that is for you too. Take this time to really look at maybe something you gave up that really you loved to do as a child, something where you felt really connected and in that goddess energy, really connected to spirit. That really Queen of Fire energy lights you up. And I love that this is Aries energy too. For some of you, it can be seen through betrayal outside of you. Again, within relationships that don't light you up, that you sensation of, this just doesn't do it for me. So, take it as it resonates. And then let's look at milk and honey. All right, so definitely we have the 8 of Cups. This month is going to be, again, this cleaning up, walking away from things that don't serve, that don't light you up, that you kind of just maybe do because you feel obligated, or something like that, a sense of obligation. And it's moving into releasing that, things that feel heavy, that just are done, letting them burn, letting them go, and taking a leap of faith. For many of you, again, here's that new beginnings of seeing things more clearly. Again, more and more clarity coming in this year as it's the 2020 year. So we patiently, High Priestess mode, allow things to unfold, and then we make decisions, right? And that hopefully are for your highest good. And sometimes that is that releasing, that letting it go. Contracts with these papers, so could be old soul contracts ending. It could be marriages ending, relationships ending, letting go again of things that no longer serve you, coming through and taking these leaps in this new beginning. And I feel like Aries energy is going to really feel like that this month. It's like, the sense I get is some more clarity coming in at the beginning, and really this, if that makes sense, and kind of how I'm seeing the time frame. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Actually, I'm going to leave with a couple just last messages from spirit, from the mystical shaman. Messages. Huh, Melissa, that came out last time. If you're still on here. Water. That purification, the cleansing. Some of you might find yourself wanting to be near water. To me, it's to Atlantis coming through. And that's part of what we're experiencing collectively, is all the way back to Atlantis and the falling of Atlantis, and learning those lessons and applying them to new beginnings. So that's just more of a collective message. But to me, it's very much a message of flow, right? Like water, reflect, cleanse, flow, purification. It's really beautiful energy. Spring to me too, with rain, right? So there's something there again with Gaia and what we might see in this month of April, this Aries season, end of March to, end of April, of kind of Gaia and her cleanse. Thank you for your support, your likes, your shares, your subscribes, following on IG, setting up personal readings. I do have a special right now for the next few weeks, at least. I'm going to offer a $33 15-minute reading, just a quick mini read, something probably more affordable, as we're all stuck at home and a lot of us aren't having income, right? So I felt guided to do that today. And if that interests you, email is in the description box. That link's in there too. I'm just, I'm not doing this for money, y'all, but I'm grateful. And really am, more than anything, I'm just grateful for you all and being connected, and that I can hopefully assist and bring some clarity, confirmation, a little inner peace in some deeper understanding of what we're experiencing together. And so with that, thank you. Shit ton.